Get the Heavenly Realm Healing MP3 at JasonGallant.ca.
In our present-day society, there is a glorification of control. You know, if we micromanage this, or if we make this scientific discovery, or if we build this building, or build this city, or chop down this forest in order to create something much better, that's called power. You know, that control is the success paradigm of the Western world, really. There's so much control, there's so much production, manufacturing, saying how well can we do something, how well can we fly across the sky. And these things do have value. But where many people make the mistake is that they think if I increase the amount of control I have in my life, that will automatically increase the amount of happiness. And the two are not related. Control can help survival. Control can help that. So yeah, maybe you'll offset some of the physical pain and suffering associated with that. But more control isn't necessarily more happiness. You know, you just need just enough control on the physical side of things to be able to eat and sleep and put a roof over your head. But that's not where your fulfillment is found. Sometimes if you go to different countries in the world, some people are sleeping on the ground with very little shelter except for a couple tree branches above their head, but they're blissfully happy. There have been yogis that wandered off up into the mountains and lived in a cave, not a possession to their name. They go outside and discover what food to eat that day, you know, from roots and trees and whatever else type of stuff they find on the ground. And they had a bliss or a heavenly divine experience moving through them. But if you really look at their life, you would say they didn't have a lot of control. I mean, they weren't controlling when the river came down from the mountain. They weren't controlling the weather. They weren't controlling, you know, the avalanches in the area, you know. So a lot of times when people deal with fear or trauma, they become obsessed with control because they want to make sure a horrible event never happens again. And they get so busy doing that, that one day they see themselves in their fortress or their castle that they've built, and they look around and they're like, good, I've got control. Now what? Now no more arrows or catapults will be flying at me, but now what? You know? Am I happier? See, and this is where you will see the limitation of control. You could put two people in the same room with the catapults, you know, the walls that the catapults can't transcend and everything, and they will have different experiences. Two different people will have two different experiences of sitting in that room. This is the spiritual path. It's about understanding the mechanics of how to find your own freedom within that has nothing to do with more control or less control in your life or your survival. It has to do with a stable point that is within, this point that is filled with your own spaciousness. And you can take that into many different goofy or conflict-ridden circumstances in your life, but it's still with you anyway. You know, those of you that know me from my other channel know that I'm very goofy at times and just have a dumb sense of humor. But the fact is, this space is there anyway. This space is there anyway, regardless of whether the world likes you, whether the world hates you, whether you're at war, whether you're not, whether you have a partner or whether you don't, whether you're isolated up in the mountains somewhere or whether you're not, this space is with you. Stop avoiding it. Okay? And a lot of times people will see me in these videos and they'll say, wow, you know, you say there's a space, you make it so simple. But see, simplicity is the truth. Simplicity is the truth. It's just that we've made things complicated. We've made this entire maze of judgments and thoughts that say, oh, I have this experience moving through me. I'll call that anxiety. That's bad. And then we have this entire game going on where we push that away. And by doing so, we numb our experience down. We numb our awareness down. We numb our receptivity down, our sensitivity down. We wear all that down, and then we wonder why we cannot feel the subtleties of the universe, which come in the form of bliss. When you become a master of the subtleties, that's when the universal oneness becomes a part of you. And what I mean by mastery is the ability to receive, not control. Right? So some people ask me, they say, geez, I'm pretty good all day, and then, come evening time, I have my compensations, I have my ways of avoiding myself, and I got to do that. Do you? What are you avoiding? Ask yourself that question. And most likely it is some sort of emotional pain, whether it comes in the form of loneliness, shame, guilt, despair, sadness. You're better off dying into these things, letting them gobble you up, and then see what's on the other end. Find out. It will not be as bad as you think. It's just energy, it's just sensations, you see? But when you avoid these energies, it's kind of like me sticking my hand on top of a rubber hose that has water coming through. At some point the pressure can build up. And then you blow out a gasket somewhere, It's the same thing emotionally and spiritually. You're nothing more than a hose, and you must allow the river of life to move through you. If you don't, that's where a lot of problems develop. And one of the major ones is a diminishment of your experience of happiness in this life. So I hope this helps. Just practice letting go of control when you're sitting with yourself and in a safe environment. Just let go of control. Let go of controlling your emotions. Let go of controlling everything. Just allow things to move through you. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Take care for now.